Okay, so I have a big project that I'd like to work on and show you the process and all that good stuff, and yet I get distracted. So, what I mean by that is, again, going through my drawer and finding a packet of material that I had put aside for one of my collage classes, along with the notes. My terrible penmanship is evident, but I scribbled down little notes about what I thought what direction the ephemera might go in. So lots of good ideas, and I want to do something kind of simple for this evening only because I'm kind of tired, and I figured this is a good way to start. I could just read to you, I suppose, what my ideas were, but there's a lot of interesting ephemera in here, several interesting focal points. I read my ideas. I like my ideas. I love the fact, again, we have contemporary juxtaposed with vintage, and a lot of nice, clean, fussy cuts. Can always do well with a fussy cut or two, and some very interesting backgrounds as well. So, yeah, let's just see where it takes us. That's a great background. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. I'm having a lot of fun with my own workshop material, and I'm going to have to build some more packets, I think, for myself. And that's fine, not a problem. I am more than happy to do that. So really now, the time is to decide who the focal point will be. I think that's Margot Robbie. Like I said, I like using celebrities, but I don't use them all the time. I'm more prone to using someone I don't recognize in a piece. She's really unique looking. I love this too. This is a great background. It looks like it was a drawer of some sort. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and start working, see what we come up with, and yeah, we'll take it from there. The other problem with too much ephemera that's cool is too many ideas, and you get carried away and you start switching gears and switching ideas and projects. This was one of the ideas I had written down, girl in the red coat and the red dress, and I thought about having this guy becoming her dress, and I liked the way it looked, and my directions were to myself to remove the jacket. Kind of wished, I'm not sure how I feel about it now. That looks kind of neat. Only because it looks a little awkward. Obviously her shoulder should be here. So it just feels a little awkward. So I'm not sure how I feel about this. So we'll see. And then there was this other gal that you saw me cutting in time lapse. One thing I almost stopped the time lapse to try to explain the importance of that negative space and maintaining it, especially when you're doing something as detailed as a dress. I had done it here also, where I had to maintain this part and I taped it back on. You might remember that from the time lapse because I needed it to maintain the shape of the dress. Without it, it just might feel like it's kind of floating in space, and that's why negative space is so very important. So I like how this looks. I was thinking about putting her here, but the problem with this, not too much contrast with her black glove and her black cape. So we may need to give her another dress. I'm just being silly here. This was the other gal's dress, and and I thought about using our colorful man as her dress. That still is a possibility. I don't know if that looks stronger, because what we can do is, I might do that. I think I'm going to go ahead and just play with it. At this point, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, the importance of that negative space cannot be minimized at all. So put her off to the side. And I really liked this, but it looks like it got cut. It was this beautiful circular pattern. This is what I was thinking. So we would cut around here. Don't know if I wanted to do this maybe. Perhaps. Huh. I like how his feet are there and it almost mimics what her feet might be. Just not sure. And what I wanted to do also was use this as her head. I had cut out her features, and because their features were so tiny, I kind of cut them out in a T shape. So this is another way, if you feel that it's too much to cut out teeny tiny features, you could just cut out all the features at once. That helps me. So I was thinking about saving that, putting them up here. Maybe. Then there was this. I liked this sunflower a lot. And then putting her features here. It looks really weird. We're all about weird here. So, yeah, that's just me playing around with my leftover ephemera from, I gotta be careful here, I'm ripping, from my workshops. So I think I'm going to keep going with this because I really like the imagery and can almost make it like half and half, maybe. What I could do also is just go ahead and make that cup for the negative space, and we can do the rest later, where I'd like it to go. Let's see. Something like that. The rest of this should be okay. Okay, let's get back to time lapse and keep playing with this one. I don't feel like it's done, and with what I have here on the desk, nothing really works. There's not enough contrast. I don't really care for this beautiful background for this particular piece. Thought about using this, but I feel like it's just still too contemporary. There is, but now I'm getting an idea. This might work. Too much white space. So what I'm going to do maybe is just trim roughly around, since it's looks like it was eyeshadow, makeup of some sort. I'm not gonna do too much fussy cutting here. This is a possibility for a backdrop on it. I just feel like it's not completely done. And the reason I am going to this trouble is because this part, the cape, to me, is just too much dark. Probably should have thought about that when I was looking at the piece originally, but hey, you know, half the fun of collage, in fact, all of the fun of collage is changing gears and doing something else. And I think that's what I'm doing here. I believe that's the direction I'm going in. Also, I think this will make a good backdrop without all of that extra white space. Yes, negative space is important, but we don't want too much of it. And also, it's going to prove to be a different type of backdrop. Maybe. I'm not ready to part with the cape yet. I think this part is done. Do I want to put her face? I was actually going to omit the face. It might be kind of interesting at this point. The face looks so strange on this because it's so tiny. We had this from the other collage. Well, I don't know if I want to use this now. Just trim off the excess tape and give this a try. No. What this? Yeah, that looks a little better. I think that's definitely a possibility. We have a lot of design going on, so I kind of want to be careful with that. I have this fussy cut. I just don't know how interesting. It's not very interesting. It doesn't add to it. Because at this point, I'm just adding elements to strengthen our focal points. I do like this, but this is so noisy. The guy in the middle here. You know what? It's going to be a case of put in Photoshop and give it a plain background. And just leave it be. Nothing wrong with that. Try adding anything else. I just feel it's too much. So, okay. I guess that's going to be it then. Yeah, I'm not... I don't think too much more needs to be done here. And again, we have something of a minimal collage. Well, you know, that workshop I was going to be teaching, that I did teach, focused on the minimal technique. So that's why we have a lot of minimals here, right? Okay, well, I will finish this up and give you guys a closer look. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video.